Today, if many of you don't know, is Holocaust Remembrance Day today, which is April 11th. And for this, I have 5 books that I want to show you and talk about that are some great reads that are about the Holocaust. And I read a lot about the Holocaust just because it's such an interesting time in history, and yes, many people have died, millions have died, but then on the other hand, they have the people that say it never happened. So, and my cat makes a cameo. Come on, you gotta move. I'm trying to make the video. Okay. Anyway, the first book is one that everyone's probably read. It's The Diary of Anne Frank. This is the definitive edition, meaning it's nothing's edited out. It's the whole thing. I got this book and I read it and and the pictures in here fall out because I've read it so much. But this is a great book. I did do a book review on an Anne Frank book a couple days ago, but this is the actual book itself, and there is a section I would like to read to you. It's dated Monday evening, November 8th, 1943. Dear Kitty, if you were to read all my letters in one sitting, you'd be struck by the fact that they were written in a variety of moods. It annoys me to be so dependent on the moods here in the annex, but I'm not the only one. We're all subject to them. If I'm engrossed in a book, I have to rearrange my thoughts before I can mingle with other people, because otherwise they might think I was strange. As you can see, I'm certainly in the middle of a depression. I couldn't really tell you what set it off, but I think it stems from my cowardice, which confronts me at every turn. This evening, when Beef was still here, the doorbell rang long and loud. I instantly turned white. My stomach churned and my heart beat wildly, and all because I was afraid. So, that part was when she was in the secret annex, and how they couldn't, when they were in hiding, obviously, they couldn't move, they couldn't make too much. And at the end, let me see, where is it? It tells you what happened after her last entry, which was from August 1st, 1944. So, and another good book is Night by Eli Wiesel. And it was phenomenal. It is his account. It's an autobiography. It's his account of experiencing Auschwitz, that concentration camp, which was terrible, ridiculously terrible. And there is a section I just wanted to briefly end here. Oh. When the 3 days were up, there was a new decree. Every Jew must wear the yellow star. And I chose that section just because that was one of the first steps to the Jews and Gypsies and of getting shunned almost, and that was the first step. But this book is very powerful. It has some very disturbing details, but that's the truth. So I would recommend this as well. Then I have 2 by the same author. The first one is Moments of Reprieve, A Memory of Auschwitz by Primo Levi. And this is also, obviously, it's a memoir. And I don't know if oh yes. This is also his survival of Auschwitz. And here comes my cat again. But I really like the quote on the back of this by the USA Today. He is our Dante, writing a modern masterpiece about his journey into hell, unique in the literature of the Holocaust. So, this is really powerful work. I want to read just a couple sentences of the preface, just because it kind of says a lot. Writing and publishing Survival of Auschwitz, 1947, and The Reawakening, 1963, marked a decisive turn in my life, and not only my life as a writer. For several years afterward, I had the feeling that I had performed a task, indeed, that only task clearly defined for me. At Auschwitz and on the long road returning home, I had seen and experienced things that appeared important not only for me, things that imperiously demanded to be told. And I had told them. I had testified. And he was an Italian chemist. That. It says on here a better description. He was an Italian Jew, is what it is. And he also wrote a book, Survival in Auschwitz. But this has got a different afterword because it has like an interview with him. What was I reading here? I don't know why I marked this page. Oh, I won't read everything, but that was just talking about his, in the last few days there, just the way his bunkmates' conditions were, which was pretty bad. And the last one, as you can tell, all my books relate pretty much hit around Auschwitz, but it's so interesting. This one is Auschwitz, a doctor's eyewitness account. Like someone on the inside, working in Auschwitz, who wrote a book. Not giving away secrets, but you know what I'm saying. Telling his story, pretty much. And it's pretty, again, it's got some intense details in it, but that's the truth. I just want to read a little excerpt really quick. The first job, far from a simple one, was to undress the body. 2 men would be needed to remove his boots alone. I therefore requested permission to call on a couple of assistants. While the body was being undressed, the members of the commission became involved in a heated discussion and paid hardly any attention to me and my helpers. And then they go and talk about how they were doing an autopsy kind of thing. But of course they weren't very careful, obviously. They were just kind of, they were using them as like experiments and stuff. I did have another book, but I don't know where it is. It's about a doctor who did experiments on twins during the Holocaust. So yeah, I'd like to know what you guys feel about the Holocaust, and if you've read any good books and stuff. And I'm sorry my cat kept walking through the video. Yeah, and thanks for watching, and remember today to think about all the people who died just because of one man's crazy ideas.